Hi everybody, how are you this morning? I'm sorry, I've got the air conditioning on, so if it's a little bit loud, I apologize. It's going to be another roasty one. I'm going to do this pattern today. This is over, I've saved it over on my Pinterest board. It's a super simple one called Stikz. Basically, we make long, skinny oval shapes, and we put them together and we bend them around and put little, can you see that? Is it in focus? It doesn't seem to be. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Focus. Well, that's as focused as it's going to get. And you just do this. There's the artwork. It looks better in the artwork. You can really tell what it is. Super easy to do. And we're just going to make something with this. We might add something else to it. I need to zoom out a little bit. That's way too close. I need to turn on my light so you guys can see. Open my window so I can see out, because it's other than being super hot, it's a beautiful day. Let's do what size do I want to do? Let's do a little one. Let's do this bright yellow paper. Let's do that one. Okay, so I'm going to do it on a relatively small piece of paper. Some people like to know how big it is, so I'm going to go ahead and measure for you. It's 3 inches by about 4 1/4. This is not sponsored, but you guys know that I was sponsored some time back by the Coldest water bottle group. I put ice in this yesterday, and it's been like well over 100 outside and 90 plus in here, 96 I think it was the high yesterday in here, and my water's still cold. Still some ice in it too. That's pretty amazing. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for using my discount code and purchasing from that website, because I have finally gotten a few commissions from there. It's not a whole lot of money. I think I've made like $40 or something, but it's better than nothing. So thank you very much for making those orders. If I think about it, let me write a note here. Apparently my discount code is still working. So let me make a note here. Coldest water. I will look up my discount code and put it in the link below. So if you decide that you want to get one, you'll have that option. Okay. So, where's my pencil? I really love this pencil. This is a Zebra M301 mechanical pencil with a 0.5 millimeter pencil lead. Really like it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to make some sort of shape. Maybe something like that, a big S. Pardon me. Wow, I'm all congested today. Something like this. Something more like that. And something that peaks in here. Something sort of that shaped. Can you even see that? I'm going to go a little bit darker. Something sort of that shape. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put those sticks in there. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Where'd my eraser go? There it is. Erase some of this that I don't want. Is this air conditioner even blowing any cold air? Yeah, it is. It's just hot in here. I guess I could have turned it on like a half hour before I came in here, and maybe it would have been a little bit cooler, but I didn't do that. Let me see. What's its current temperature? Okay, it's 98 outside and 83 in here. I'd like it to be closer to 80 in here. It doesn't have to be cold, just needs to be comfortable. Pen. That's what I'm doing. I've already forgotten what I'm doing. You guys, my brain, I ended up, yesterday I drew that pineapple from Monday's video, and I thought I was going to have to go to work at 11 o'clock, and just as I was putting my shoes on, they called me and said, can you close instead and come in at 3? And I was like, I guess so. So then I didn't have to go in, so I was in a hurry drawing all my stuff yesterday, and then I didn't have to be, which was annoying. So I'm a little bit tired because I didn't get home from work till almost 11:30 last night. I'm just filling this space with these little sticks. Anyway, then I thought I was going to sleep in this morning, and my body had other ideas. My brain wasn't awake yet, but my body said, no, you're getting up. You need to get up. You're stiff and sore, and you need to get up. So that was a thing this morning. And then I'm on the schedule to close again tonight. My manager texts me at like 8 o'clock this morning and says, can you come to work today? I was like, I'm already working today. And he went, oh, never mind. I think he was looking at the wrong schedule, because next week I'm not working on this day. So I think that's what he did. Anyway, I'm just filling the space with these little sticks. Just filling the space with sticks. Was I off camera? I might have been, and if I was, I apologize in advance, because I sometimes do that. Gotta remember to leave some gaps so I can put those, like, fill in the extras with some roundy bits. Getting a little more creative on this side. This was a little tight, but that's okay. It's like it had structure and then it's like falling apart, which is also a cool look. Actually, it's not a bad look. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. Once I get to that 30,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away 30 pieces of art, maybe more, depending on how many I have. I haven't counted lately, but I will probably give away more. But a minimum of 30 people, 30 different people, will win some of my art once I get to that 30,000 subscriber mark. That is my goal. Like I said on the last video, if you want to just subscribe for now and then come back later at the end of the month and unsubscribe, that's okay. I get it. Subscribing doesn't cost anything in YouTube. YouTube just uses it as a way to tell you, things that you like to watch are available to you. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, that looks good. Something like that. That's nice and structured, and then it gets looser and looser and looser as it comes around in this sort of S-like shape. And then I want to put some roundy bits tucked in here. Can you see that? Nope, you can't. I have gone out of frame again. I apologize. I'm just putting in dots. Just putting in little round shapes to fill in these gaps. And then I'll come back through and color that in. Yep. Let's do a excuse me. Let's do a card here. What is your favorite brand? No. brand. What is your favorite band and why do you connect with them? Ugh. I don't really have one. I am so boring with these questions. Don't really have a favorite band. There's a band I really like called the Parachute Band, but they no longer exist as a band, so I'm not sure I can count them. They're a Christian band. They started out as just like a group that kind of came together. Almost organically from New Zealand. I believe they're from New Zealand. And each year the members changed because it was meant as a sort of a, I don't want to say a student band, but like a local church band. So as members came and went, people, there wasn't always the same people every year. So each album has different people on it. But I really like their music. And then it made me sad that the group as a whole stopped performing. Saw them in concert once at a local mega church. That's what's cool about some of these mega churches is they have the facilities to host large events. I've been to the Parachute Band concert once. I've been to a Randy Travis concert once and an Amy Grant concert at some of these mega churches. Very cool, reasonably priced. Tickets don't go through Ticketmaster, they're just through the church. That's the way to see a concert, let me tell you. More intimate, not a giant, a large enough facility, not like my little church, but not like a giant arena like, the Staples Center or something like that. Big basketball, football arena, something huge like that. More intimate space. It was a lovely, lovely concert. And everybody singing. I suppose that happens at other concerts as well. Different groups. Imagine if you go to, a Taylor Swift or a Rolling Stones or whatever, that people are singing. So that's not unusual. Get a little bit bigger pen to do my coloring in the middles. Just gonna color in. Just gonna color in. Just like that. And when I use the bigger pen, it goes faster. I may have to come back with the thinner pen again to get those tiny little bits that I can't get with the big pen. But for the most part, I can get most of it with this bigger pen. And just color in the black in between the spots. Just to kind of bring that shape to life. See? Just like that. Gives it more contrast. I may come back in here with a white colored pencil and give a little bit of highlights. I could shade as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I think this one's almost too big of a pen. Maybe I should have gone with number 5 instead of number 7. I think so. Let's change to a number 5 instead of a number 7. Number 7's almost too big. Oh no, I smeared. I smeared. Pardon me for the sneeze. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Not quite so fat. Now I can get in those spots that I missed. And that schmeary mess, I will just have to do some shading and it'll cover right back up, right? Yep. That's what will happen. Alrighty. Another question. Let's keep going here. What was your hometown like where you grew up? Has a lot changed since you were a kid? No, a lot has not changed since I was a kid. I grew up in a suburb of Los Angeles. And what I consider my particular hometown, let's see, from the age of, well, when I was born, I was in one city. By the time I was, I don't remember, 1 or 2, I was in a second city. I was in that city until I was about 5. I started kindergarten in that city, and then we moved. And then we were in another neighboring city till I was in 4th grade, whatever age that is. And then from 4th grade through high school, that's the city I consider my hometown, because those are the years I really remember. Like I remember moving in 4th grade. And I don't remember much of the kindergarten through 4th grade years. I remember tiny bits and pieces, but not huge amounts. So I consider my hometown where I was there the longest. So I was there from 4th grade through high school and into college until I was with my husband. And that city has not really changed a lot. It has changed some. I will say it has changed some. The rich have gotten much richer. The homes that were modest size, many of them have been torn down and what we call McMansions have been built. So even a modest size home, we grew up in a home that was technically a 2-bedroom home that we kind of turned into a 3-bedroom home. The people before us had enclosed what had been an outdoor patio. The original house was sort of a 3-sided house. It had the main living area across the front and 2 bedrooms coming down this way. Well, this room I think was added on. These 2 bedrooms went this way. I think the original house was almost L shape. And then there was this little room added on here, and then in between there was an outside porch that had been enclosed at some point before we owned the home. But it was really modest. It was very small in square foot. I don't know the square footage, but I'm going to hazard a guess that it was right around 1,000 square feet. Might have been a little bit more, but not much more. And that home is still there. And the last time I looked, which was several years ago, but the last time I looked, that home's estimated value was over $1 million. That just boggles my mind. You know, I think of it as I believe my mother paid like 20 or 30,000 for it or something. Couldn't have been much more than that she paid, because she didn't have that much money. And now it's over $1 million. That's what has changed, is home values and home value pricing. 30 years ago, when we purchased our home where we live now, is about 50 miles away from where I grew up. And my house is probably twice the size of the home I grew up in. And when we purchased our home, it was like 159. Yeah, 159, because we were going to purchase the smaller home in our tract. It was a brand new home. It was being built. And we were going to purchase the smaller one because we didn't think we could afford the bigger one. But they qualified us for a loan for the bigger one. And I wasn't sure, but I'm glad we got the bigger home, as it's the biggest home in the tract. And but even now, our home is at least twice the size of that little home we grew up in my hometown. And this house is not worth, it's worth about half of that tiny little home. So home values in that particular town have gone up way more than home values in our town here. I think that's the biggest change. But, you know, commercially, stores and stuff, of course, a lot of big retailers have closed, but they've closed throughout the nation. You know, Sears, Hinshaw's, Montgomery Ward's, all of those have all closed. Okay, this was called ST. How did they spell? Stikz. Which way do I want it to live? Do I want it to live like that? Should it live sideways? No, it lives this way. Stikz. We're going to put just a little bit of shading in some areas. Let's do these guys down here. We're not going to do all of them. That. Just like this. And mostly I'm shading so I can try to cover up that smudge that I did. If you're one of the lucky winners of this particular piece of artwork when I get to that 30,000 subscriber mark, you can find my smudge. It's part of this artwork. It just lives here. And then I want a nice bright white. Highlight. I'll do that on the bubbles. I like the bubbles being white. Few little highlights on some of the sticks. For sure on all the bubbles, or most of the bubbles. That really gives it pop. A little bit on some of these sticks. Just like that, I think. That looks good. I like that. All right, that was fun. All right, you guys have a great day. Do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place, one person at a time, one kindness at a time. And I will see you on Friday's video, which will be something that I haven't planned yet. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.